my name is Adrian, and I am a transgender guy from female to male, which means basically I was born female and now identify as male. So the hardest part of being trans was actually not to come out to people and have them accept me, but trying to accept myself. I first started feeling like I was trans when I was about in 7th or 8th grade, when I was about 13. When I first started feeling these feelings, I didn't want to accept them. What happens when you're trans is that you have something called gender dysphoria. So that means that you're uncomfortable or you feel a disconnect from certain parts of your body that are the assigned sex that you are. So for me, I was assigned female, so I'm really uncomfortable with how my voice sounds right now, how my chest looks, and a lot of other things. When I was starting to feel this way, I was uncomfortable with my long hair. I don't have it anymore, but that was one of the major things I was really uncomfortable with as well. The dysphoria was too strong for me to keep ignoring anymore. So I started actually looking into what being transgender was and what it was all about and why people do it. And I realized that, wow, that really sounds like me. So first I actually came out to my mom as non-binary, which means you don't identify with male or female, but then I slowly grew to realize that just because I like feminine things sometimes doesn't mean I'm not a guy. But I realized that I can be a guy and still be feminine. There are feminine guys in the world, you know? But another hard part for me was the pronoun thing. So I actually still went by she for a while, but I realized that that really made me uncomfortable after a while, and I was most comfortable being called he, and not even they. I didn't want to be called they, I didn't want to be called she, I wanted to be called he. And that's just what felt right to me. Now at first, being called he was strange. It felt weird to my ears. But it's what I was meant to be called. It's what I truly desired to be called. And in the long run, it made me more comfortable. And I don't feel those feelings of discomfort when being called he anymore, because I know that, to me, I'm more happy with it. So being trans, I went through a lot of phases. At first, I didn't have anything to bind my chest with, which would make me a lot more comfortable. I do have one now. The dysphoria with my chest made me extremely uncomfortable, but I had to just deal with it every single day because there was no way to change what I was born as. I think a lot of people confuse that with trans people. They think they're denying that they were born a certain sex. I'm not denying anything. I know I was born female. It's just that I have gender dysphoria, and the only way to fix that is to become who I truly feel like, which is a guy. And that's who I truly am. My struggle with gender has lasted quite some time, and just now I'm starting to feel fully comfortable with myself. I've been out for about 2 or 3 years now, and hopefully I'm going to start testosterone soon. So if you know anyone who's trans or questioning if they might be trans, then just listen to them, and listen to their struggles, and listen to what they're going through. And you can help them even by trying different pronouns for them. You can try calling them she, he, they, and see what they like the best, what they feel is them the most. Because that's such a big part of it, how you display yourself to other people and how you want to be seen in the world. So if you help these people, like me, try to figure out what gender they are, then it's going to save them a lot of stress of having people not accept them or people not know what to call them. My strongest supporter when I first came out was my sister, and she actually did help me go through that stuff, by like trying out pronouns, testing what I'd like to be called, and it was really helpful to me. So if you know anyone who might be questioning being trans in real life, please help them. I know a lot of people who thought they were trans, but they're actually not, and that's okay too. It's okay to admit that you're not actually trans and you were just confused. Most people aren't just confused, But some are, and some end up going back on what they say. You need to be 100% sure, and you need to really listen to yourself and how you feel. And that's what I did. And now I can be who I am.
Life's not worth a damn till you can say,